Hey guys, welcome back to channel GFA Education. चलो आज हम एनिमल हस्बेंड्री लेक्चर में एक और इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक देखेंगे दैट इज केयर एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ न्यूबॉर्न काफ एंड हाइफर्स. सो ये तो बहुत इजी और इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक भी है. तो इसमें ना हम बेसिक चीज़ें देखने वाले हैं विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू लाइक हाउ टू टेक केयर ऑफ काफ्स एंड हाइफर्स. मीन्स मैनेजमेंट कैसे होनी चाहिए, फीडिंग और टैगिंग और सब हम देखेंगे इस लेक्चर में. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट हम देखेंगे न्यूबॉर्न काफ के बारे में. सो फर्स्ट विल बी द केयर ऑफ अ न्यूबॉर्न काफ. ठीक है. सो आफ्टर द calf is born, so the first thing we have to do is we have to remove the mucus from the nose and mouth. So in short हम calf को clean करनी है. We have to clean the calf. ठीक है. Because once the calf is born it will be completely covered in mucus, so इसलिए we have to clean it. ओके. और एक और प्रॉब्लम होती है sometimes the calf it does not breathe. क्योंकि when it's in the womb of its mother, so it will have its own functions to breathe, means it will have its own mechanism. लेकिन बाहर आने के बाद ठीक है. so इस टाइम पे like if this happens, if it have any kind of difficulty in breathing, उस टाइम पे हमें artificial respiration करनी है. ठीक है. so artificial respiration का मतलब we just have to press slowly. ठीक है. pressing and फिर से relax, फिर से pressing and फिर से relax. So just slowly we have to do it on the chest. ठीक है. So on the chest we have to do the artificial respiration. So ये artificial respiration करने से the calf can can breathe easily. ठीक है. और दूसरा method भी है, means in this case if it's having difficulty in breathing, so दूसरा method होगा we have to hold the calf by legs and we have to lift it from the floor. So lifted का मतलब we have to just hold its legs and we have to lift it ऊपर. ठीक है. and you have to make sure the legs are towards the sky and its head is towards the ground. So once you lift it from the floor, just do it slowly. ठीक है. just keep it down and again lift it. just keep it down on the floor और फिर से lift करो. तो ऐसे करने से it will help in restoring the respiration. ठीक है. सर दो मेथड्स हैं which will help in restoring the respiration in the calf. एक होगा we have to press on the chest और दूसरा है we have to lift it. ठीक है. so ये दोनों methods follow करने से we have to bring back the respiration mechanism in the calves, like if they are having problem in breathing after the birth. ठीक है. so ये होने के बाद में as soon as the calf starts breathing, so we have to observe whether the navel cord is still attached or not. So basically attached ही होती है. so ये attach means if you find it attached we have to disinfect it. ठीक है. so what you should do is you just have to cut it. so इसका cutting का क्या कहते हैं spot कहाँ पे होगा, means where you have to cut it is the navel cord of the calf is tied about 2.5 centimeter away from the body. So ये 2.5 centimeter away from the body से ठीक है. so ये 2.5 centimeter away with the 1 centimeter below the ligator you have to cut the navel cord. ठीक है. so ये कट करने के बाद there will be some kind of wound. so इसको manage करने के लिए we have to apply a tincture of iodine to the cut. so just do it for 2 to 3 days. so ये tincture of iodine apply करने से क्या होगा, it will prevent infection. okay. so यहाँ पे tincture of iodine बहुत important है. और दूसरा है the place of cutting the navel cord. ठीक है. basically 2.5 centimeters away में navel cord होता है. so just cut it 1 centimeter below the ligator. इसके बाद tincture of iodine apply करो. just do that for 2 to 3 days बस. okay. और दूसरा important चीजें है the calf should be clean and white. ठीक है. basically naturally क्या होता है कि the cow will do it itself. cow will lick its calf and makes it dry and clean. अगर if that does not happen you have to do it. ठीक है. you just have to wipe the calf clean and dry. ठीक है. mainly अगर if the weather is cold this should be done very important. ठीक है. क्योंकि म्यूकस ये सब होता है ना, so it has to be cleaned. This is the most important thing. If the cow does lick the calf, फिर कोई बात नहीं. If it does not happen, we have to wipe it. Okay. So next, yes, the next important step होगा feeding the colostrum. ठीक है, colostrum ये तो basic food है. ठीक है, where we can find the colostrum in the milk of the mother cow, है ना. So feeding the colostrum is very important. So ये feeding होनी चाहिए within the 15 minutes of calving. ठीक है, क्योंकि like the calf should have to eat something. It should have to fed with something. So something होती है colostrum. ठीक है, so the calf should be fed with colostrum. लेकिन कितना quantity होनी चाहिए? It should be 1/10 of its body weight. 1/10 of its body weight. ठीक है, so ये तो cows में होगा और buffaloes में 1/15 of their body weight. Okay, so cows में होगा 1/10 of their body weight और buffalo calves में होगा 1/15 of their body weight. क्योंकि कोलेस्ट्रॉल में फैट होती है, हाई प्रोटीन होती है, विटामिन मिनरल्स, सो ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें न्यूबॉर्न काफ्स के लिए इट इज हेल्दी फॉर देम, इसलिए कोलेस्ट्रॉल वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, और इट विल आल्सो हेल्प टू प्रोटेक्ट द काफ अगेंस्ट मेनी डिसीजेस, क्योंकि इसमें होगा एंटीबॉडीज. And also it will help to eliminate the materials which are accumulated in the digestive tract before it is born. ठीक है, so after it is born, first food होगा colostrum. Okay. So next है if meconium. So meconium is the first fecal matter of the calf. First fecal matter after it's born. If it's not voided out, so just mild anemia by dissolving soap in a liter of water should be given. So due to this, it will have its own first meconium. Meconium का मतलब first fecal matter. क्योंकि guys basically ना like even it can be for human babies हो या calves हो, so first colostrum intake होने के बाद ना this meconium it will be a bit difficult. Fecal matter जो होता है ना, it will it will be like in hard pellets. ये होता है hard pellets के form में. So इसलिए during the first babies they will have this problem of indigestion. ठीक है, so for them we will give some kind of tonics. ठीक है, so वैसे ही calves में भी होता है. ठीक है, कभी कभी hard pellets होंगे या sometimes it leads to indigestion. So ये indigestion होने के बाद it will give the constipation. So there won't be any kind of meconium or the fecal matter. So इसको solve, इसका solution होगा just mild anemia by dissolving soap in a liter of warm water. Just give it. Okay. So अगर ये सब picture देखिए, so आप easily देख सकते हो. इसमें ना आप थोड़ा सा rumen को ध्यान से देखिए. So इसमें है given the weeks, the age of the calves to the mature cow. So इसमें आप easily देख सकते हो the rumen has been increased its size by different persons when compared to the previous months. आप देख सकते हो first week में है 30% rumen और second half 2.5 to 3 months में it became 70% और rumen mature cow है 80%. क्योंकि as the calf is turning into a mature cow, it has to eat food. ठीक है, सो ये इंटेक ऑफ फूड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, डाइजेशन ये सब इंपॉर्टेंट है ना. सो इसके लिए द ह्यूमन साइज हैज बीन इंक्रीजिंग. क्योंकि फर्स्ट काफ में है वी लिटरली फीड इट विद व्हाट, जस्ट कोलोस्ट्रम. लेकिन मैच्योर काफ इट विल ईट द ग्रास और सम काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. सो इसको डाइजेशन होने के लिए इट नीड्स द स्पेस. सो इसलिए ह्यूमन साइज विल इंक्रीज एज यू सीन इन द पिक्चर. Okay, so next have weaning. So weaning, I will just give you an example with like in the point of view of humans. ठीक है, so first baby होने के बाद क्या होता है, we will feed it with the colostrum or the milk. ठीक है, so slowly what we do, we giving the Cerelac or some kind of the soft stuff. It can be some crushed banana or Cerelac or anything it can be. And it's not the feeding habits change हो रही है. पहला था milk, only milk we will give in the first like for some years. I don't know, like I'm not sure for years or months, I don't know, but we will give only milk, right? So इसके बाद we will change the feeding habits for it we will give. And after they will move on to complete storage. So यहाँ पे changing हो रही है, change of food habits is taking place. So इस change को हम weaning कहते हैं in the calf. ठीक है, weaning का मतलब it's just a transition. पहला calf will feed on its mother milk, इसके बाद it will feed on the actual adult food, grasses, fodder, actual fodder. So इस transition को हम weaning कहते हैं. ठीक है, so if weaning is followed, so we have to take care that adequate colostrum is fed for 3 to 4 days. Okay, so if weaning is practiced 4 days after calving, means first 4 days that we have to make sure it is fed with the mother's milk. और इसके बाद हम like we will slowly practice feeding them with the adult fodder. इसमें ना थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखनी चाहिए क्योंकि इंडाइजेशन भी हो सकता है. Okay, so ये है weaning. Like I hope you understand the transition. ठीक है. Next, calf breeding system varies with the facilities available to the farmers. Like they may be reared indoors, outdoors, or partly indoors, partly outdoors. ये तो basically farmer का environment पे depend होता है. So basically हम देखेंगे like important factors होने चाहिए for the growth of an ideal calf. So पहला होना चाहिए quality fodder. We all know that. Next is the humid tropical environment. Next, the humid tropical environment is ideal for the proliferation of internal parasites. So इसलिए we have to make sure, as a humid environments में we have to make sure the whole ground is a bit dry, and also the grazing areas जो होते हैं ना, the farmer have to take care कि those grazing areas they are not having any kind of a massive infestation or massive parasites. ठीक है, so environment का ध्यान रखनी चाहिए because mainly in the humid places the infection is more, mainly for the calves. ठीक है, next, outside grazing may not provide sufficient nutrients from optimum growth. Next, climatic stress affects growth and utilization of the feed nutrients. And in humid tropics, it may be desirable to keep calves indoor in daytime and outdoor at night. Okay, so this will reduce the parasitic infection. So it is advantageous to keep newborn calf in individual pen. यहाँ पे individual pen का मतलब देखो, when you've seen in a like a cow sheds, आप देख सकते हो कि the mother cow and the calf sometimes will be separated. Like the calves will be tied in a different place. वही different place को हम pen कहते हैं. Pen का मतलब it's the basic ideal place for the calves. ठीक है, so ऐसे individual pen में रखनी है for the first 3 to 4 weeks of age. And the calves that are running in batches often suckle or lick each other's feeding. And it is good practice to keep them in the ties for some time after milk feeding. So basically कभी-कभी siblings होते हैं ना, the sibling calves. So they will literally feed on each other's food. ये भी good practice है. Okay. And after milking होने के बाद we just have to tie them in a different individual pens. So and we have to we also have to make sure we have to clean the calves after having their food. Clean the mouth after having their food because sometimes they will swallow the hair. So this hair, it also causes hard ball. This will literally causes indigestion, or this will also cause a bit problem during the excretion. Okay, so ये भी ध्यान रखनी चाहिए. Next, cleaning the mouth is also important after feeding milk. Next, calf pens should provide comfort and easy cleaning. Basically हम sanitation होनी चाहिए pens में. Okay, so next is the identification. ठीक है, so if we see in the rural areas, अच्छा चलो क्यों rural areas, basically we can see them anywhere. All the calves ho, they will be having some tags, right? Like some tags have been pinned to the inside of the egg. I'll just show you a picture. This will be a good clarity for you. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, these are the tags. like they indicate the number. So ऐसे tags होनी चाहिए her calves so that we can individually identify the calf. So this is essential for good management, especially breeding farms. And the best method for permanent identification is by tattooing the inside of the ear with indelible ink or metal ear tags or sometimes buttons with letters. Essay. These are the buttons with letters. Neck straps or neck chains with the number plate attached. As a बहुत सारे identification marks होते हैं, we just have to use them so that we can easily identify them. Okay, next होता है body weight. So body weight of the calf is recorded on a balance along with length, breadth and height. So अगर हम basic ideal body weight देखेंगे, if we look for the well-fed crossbred calves, it should be like about 400 grams a day. It should gain about 400 grams a day or 2.5 to 3 kg per week. So if there is this kind of weight increment, we can easily say it is having a good body weight, good growth. Next, removal of supranuri teeth. So supranuri teeth का मतलब where is this? Yes, ये आप देख सकते हो. So this is the whole mammary of a cow. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, इसको हम teeth कहते हैं. So you can see here. Okay, इस पिक्चर में देखिए आप. So यहाँ पे दो teeth है, ठीक है. So this is a supranumary teeth. So we can say this is an extra one. So ऐसे extra teeth को we have to remove them. So these kind of removing of the teeth, they have some specific instruments to remove these. So इसको remove करने के लिए we have to use a short pair of sterile scissors. So this kind of removal should be done before the actual development begins. अगर हम age के बारे में बात करें, should be done in the first month of age, with the help of these kind of scissors. Okay, so sometimes this can be done with the veterinary help also. So this will be made easy. Next is dehorning or disburding. So dehorning is carried out either with the use of hot iron or caustic sticks or electric dehorning cone. So we know dehorning, right? We've seen in many calves, buffaloes, bulls that the dehorning will be done. So this is done with the 3 to 10 days, mainly in the early stage. Next is the feeding management. So feeding management basically दो types में होंगे. एक होगा with the help of the utensils, ठीक है. So एक बड़ी utensil में we will literally use the whole milk and we will feed it. और दूसरा होगा with the help of a nipple pail, ठीक है. So ये nipple pail की help से भी we can do it. लेकिन nipple pail की help से calves will have its own identification. इसका मतलब they will literally know from the birth कि have to drink milk because they will use some other teeth to for the suckling, ठीक है. लेकिन ऐसे whole bucket या whole utensil use करेंगे, it will be difficult for them. So इसको substitute करने के लिए what we should do is you just have to dip your fingers into the milk and just keep near the mouth of the calf, so it will come to lick your fingers. So slowly just direct your fingers into the utensil or milk, ठीक है. So आप ऐसे करने से they will literally consume the milk from the open pail. लेकिन कभी-कभी this kind of consumption utensil, this will lead to the digestive upsets also, but still sometimes we have to follow this. Okay, so as I've told you, to teach a calf how to drink in an open pail, we just have to place your fingers in its mouth. After, just start to direct your fingers towards the milk, towards the pail. So slowly they will consume it slowly. So you just have to repeat it several times. और इसमें milk का temperature भी important है. So cold milk, if it's of like 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, it may cause calf to shiver and chill. So इसलिए the proper temperature होनी चाहिए. We have to maintain a proper temperature for the milk. Next, care and management of heifers. So guys, care and management of heifers देखने से पहले we'll just revise what we have seen in the care and management of calves. So पहला we have to clean them. और दूसरा है If there is any kind of problem in respiration, क्या करनी है? Artificial respiration करनी है. और दूसरा होगा, we just have to lift the calf by holding the legs. Just do it slowly up and down. This will help in restoring the respiration. और दूसरा what we have to do, we have to cut the navel cord. So navel cord cut करने के बाद we have to just apply a tincture of iodine. Just do that for 2 to 3 days. Next है colostrum. We have to make sure it feed with the colostrum, or colostrum rate for the cows होना चाहिए 1/10 of their body weight, और buffaloes के लिए buffalo calves 1/15. Next है meconium. So meconium is the first fecal matter. Next है weaning. So weaning also should be taken care, because weaning का मतलब transition होते हैं from the milk to the adult food. Next we have seen the important factors. Because these are the basic things. Next identification होनी चाहिए और body weight. So if there is a proper increment of body weight of like 2.5 to 3 kg per week, then it is going through a healthy transition. Next we have to make sure we have to remove the supernumary teats with the help of sterile scissors, and dehorning भी करनी है. Next is the feeding management. ठीक है. Next we will see the care and management of heifers. तो पहले heifers क्या होता है? Heifers का मतलब it's just a cow. देखो, basically we will call an animal as cow after it's giving birth to its first calf. So if it just before giving its birth, इसको हम heifer कहते हैं. Means heifer are the ones which till now did not give any birth. इसको हम heifers कहते हैं. ठीक है. Cows are the ones which gave birth at least once. Heifers, they did not give birth at least once. So if heifers give birth to a calf, they will become cow. I hope you are understanding. ठीक है. So heifers are raised indoors and outdoors for 9 to 12 months, and outdoors में protection from the adverse climatic conditions is very important. Next, exotic breeds. So basically heifers के exotic breeds में इसका performance होगा, they will be slow in tropical areas. And small breeds age at first breeding 15 months, and large breeds होते हैं 18 months में. I mean the breeding age. Next is adequate weight should be 200 to 225 kg for the small ones, and 270 to 275 for the larger ones. Next, crossbred heifers, they show signs of heat as early as 10 months of the age. Okay, until they attain the body weight of 225 by 275 body weight, means which occurs in the minimum of 14 months of age. Okay, so age of first calving होगा 25 to 28 months. So ये first calving होने के बाद these heifers will become cows. Okay, so next हम बात करेंगे feeding. अगर हम concrete feeding का मतलब like giving them all kind of feeding materials. Okay, so 3 months to 1 year के age में we should make sure it feeds of 1 kg, and above 1 year में 2 kgs, pregnant के लिए 3 to 3.5 kgs. So if we talk about the green fodders, basically दो तरीके होते हैं, leguminous, non-leguminous. So leguminous के लिए 10 kgs, non-leguminous fodder means we have to feed them with 25 kgs. For dry fodder, it's of 3 kgs. Next is the vaccination schedule. So we know these calves, cows, heifers, anything they are prone to the various diseases. So ऐसे diseases को control करने के लिए vaccinations are very important. So first है Brucella strain 19. It's a vaccination. So this is used to prevent abortion due to the brucellosis. So this brucellosis control करने के लिए we have to use Brucella strain 19. So it is vaccinated at the age of 4 to 6 months calf. So ये 4 to 6 months calf के लिए we will use this vaccination. And other contagious diseases vaccination, they are done accordingly prior to the prevalence of disease or prior to any kind of rainy season. So if there is any kind of occurrence of any disease, so disease dependent, we will use the vaccination. लेकिन ये Brucella strain 19 it's a compulsory vaccination against brucellosis, और इसका age होना चाहिए 4 to 6 months calf. Next, foot and mouth diseases, ये तो basically बहुत popular disease है We all know that. So this should be done once in 4 months or 9 months or 12 months. Next, rinderpest, it should be done 1 to 3 years. Hemorrhagic septicemia for 1 year. Anthrax 1 year. Black waters 1 year. Okay, so these are the kind of diseases. Okay, so these are the diseases and these are the times in which we have to do it. ठीक है, सो फिर से बोल रही हूँ वैक्सीनेशन स्केड्यूल के लिए एक इम्पोर्टेंट है ब्रूसेलोसिस, इसके अगेंस्ट वैक्सीनेशन है ब्रूसेस स्ट्रेन 19 और एज होनी चाहिए 4 to 6 months. नेक्स्ट फूट एंड माउथ डिजीज के लिए बेसिकली हम 1 in 4 months और 9 months और 12 months करेंगे. रिंडरपेस्ट इट्स इन लाइक 1 to 3 years. नेक्स्ट हिमोरोग्राफिक 1 year, anthrax 1 year and black waters 1 year. So housing तो we have already discussed in a previous lecture. I guess ये 2 housings होंगे अगर single row, double row based on the number of animals. Double row to tail to tail, head to head. It's a very easy one. If you've directly watching this lecture, just go back to the previous one. Okay, so it will help you understand the detailed explanation about the housing. Next है grazing. So basically कभी कभी आउटडोर सिस्टम्स होते हैं, इंडोर मेथड्स भी होते हैं, लेकिन आउटडोर्स में क्या है ना कि some happy hormones. Actually, I forgot to tell you. It like in a research, it's been proved that more milk is produced by the cows which are outdoorly fed when compared to the indoor ones. Because outdoorly fed में ना they will have the freedom to just walk wherever they want to eat the proper food, anything it can be. लेकिन indoor methods में they will just restricted to the same place. So इसके वजह से काउ का मूड और सब पे डिपेंडेंट होता है, इफेक्ट होता है. सो आउटडोर सिस्टम इज इन विच आई रियली सजेस्ट टू से आई रियली लव द आउटडोर सिस्टम ऑफ ग्रेजिंग. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज केयर शुड बी टेकन नॉट टू ओवरस्टॉक ऑन लिमिटेड ग्रेजिंग लैंड. Yes, and the rotational grazing and arrangement of shade and drinking water and concentrate feed is to be provided. Okay. And also we have to make sure they should be protected from rain. ये तो basically outdoors का. Next है indoors, management in a covered area, sufficient concentrate feed and fodder which is provided, and also we have to steaming up of the heifers. And pregnant heifers के लिए the feeding of grains is done like 1.5 kg per day. So this feeding it helps in their growth, bearing the stress of the fetus, and also it produces more milk after calving. So the last one is the training of heifers. So ये training of heifers, देखो training of heifers का मतलब it's just nothing but we'll just tie some kind of a rope, right? देखो हम horses के लिए ना we'll tie some kind of a rope so that we can control the direction which they go. वैसे ही heifers के लिए we will do. We will see them in buffaloes also, right? We will see them some ropes are tied to the buffaloes. So these are to control them. So वैसे ही heifers के लिए we will use them in the early stage. Or pregnant heifers, they are housed along with the milking cows for at least 1 month before calving. So next is the udder. So udder is nothing but the memory of a cow. So this udder should be washed with warm water and mopped with a cloth. So this, we have to practice the milking for the heifers before calving only, because we have to make sure it does not get excited after calving. Okay, so we just have to slowly, start the milking. Milking is not a proper milking. We just have to pull the teats lightly. It's just like a practice when the calf do that. So in future, it does not get excited after the birth. Okay, so next is the control of parasites. So we have to make sure deworming is done periodically, like 4 to 6 months, and the grooming is also should be practiced to avoid the parasites. So basically these kind of stuff are same for the heifers and calves, but a bit of extra care is given to the calves. Okay, so this we have seen the care and management of the heifers, and we've seen the calves. So this is, guys, it's very interesting lecture actually. So thank you for watching. If you have any queries, you can ask us on Instagram page, or you can post in the comment section. You can also download this PPT from our Telegram channel, Go for Agriculture. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.